What's going on, toxic gamers? It looks like that we're having a PlayStation 6 before a fake alien invasion. That's right. Looks like the motherfuckers wanna drop a new Xbox, new PlayStation, new PSP as well. I mean, what the hell is going on, mate? One in the comments if you do not want a console this early. Two if you actually want it, though. I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea of a new console, but I mean, come on, right? Black Ops 7 is still coming out on the PlayStation 4. Bruh. What are we talking about? We also got to talk about GTA 6, the Wolverine gameplay, Black Ops 7, the Call of Duties, the Battlefield 6 and all that. You don't have to like the video, you do not have to subscribe. Let's actually get to it. Roll it.
The PlayStation 5 console generation is nearing to a close. For a lot of people that may come as a shock, a surprise, and that is because this gen, things have flown by and the pandemic certainly plays a major factor in that, as well as the games industry's very slow transition to this current gen hardware. Blame it on what you may, but the fact that just now we're seeing big franchises finally ditching new versions of games to the PlayStation 4.
Not Call of Duty though. Black Ops 7, motherfuckers over at Activision, they still dropping Black Ops 7 on the PS4, bro. I mean, I can't, bro. Like, come on, man. Like,
it's quite telling on how these consoles failed to convince the average Joe that they needed or should want a PlayStation 5 or even a Series X. Obviously, recent games like Death Stranding 2 showcase the power of this gen, but it feels very late in year 5 for us to finally be getting these types of games. Still, obviously, there is time for Sony to have the PlayStation 5 sell like hotcakes and make a major impression on gamers, especially with a console only release at launch like Grand Theft Auto 6 quickly approaching, and exclusives such as
no, GTA 6 is definitely gonna be a console seller, right? Because it's not coming out on PC day one. It's gonna be on PS5, the Sony ponies, the Xbox, right? The Xbox, and generally speaking, most people are gonna be getting on PlayStation versus Xbox, just being objective here, based off of the statistics and the numbers. And you also got PS5 Pro, so yeah, right? There is no need for a PS5 Pro, but perhaps because GTA 6 may actually be 60 FPS on the PS5 Pro, like we recently heard. Prior to that, we heard that, nah, bro, it's gonna be 30 FPS, but we're now hearing that it's gonna be 60 FPS on the PS5 Pro, but not 60 on the normal PS5. I mean, at this point, bro, these suckers are doing it on purpose, bro. But yeah, that's gonna be a factor for people actually upgrading to PS5 Pro. Not everybody, but some are probably gonna because of that. But
Wolverine, Ghosts of Yote, and Intergalactic potentially defining this generation for Sony. It is clear, though, a lot of mistakes were made this go-around. Bad investments and a live service push that brought us 2 weeks of the $400 million Concord and maybe Marathon and Fair Games one day. So while just about 40% of the PlayStation player base has remained on the PlayStation 4 up until this year, Sony is already gearing up for what they consider their top priority, the PlayStation 6. And it is indeed right around the corner. Now, speaking to this prioritization,
it's about family? No, bro. It's about remastering The Last of Us over and over. Yo, could you imagine a new Last of Us remaster for the PlayStation 6? I mean, come on, bro. Oh my God. If that happens, bro. Yeah, right. Hell no, bro. And Concord 2, though. I feel like they should drop Concord 2 with PlayStation 6. That's gonna be a console seller.
Remark about Sony's future. This was actually said in the early part of this summer from Hideaki Nishino, the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, and he was talking about console hardware being more of a priority than cloud streaming moving forward, or at least in the
thank God, I rather console than cloud for sure.
Foreseeable future. Nishino brought up some of the limitations right now with cloud streaming, such as the network stability and just there not being an interest right now in gaming for anything other than local execution. But Nishino went on to add that he could not reveal any details at the moment, but could confirm that the future of the platform is top of mind, and that PlayStation is committed to exploring a new and enhanced way for players to engage with their content and services. And Sony Interactive Entertainment Senior Vice President of Finance, Lynn Azar,
it's the money, man. It's the money, man. Money, my friend.
Took this a step further, adding to Nishino's comments by stating that they are still figuring out what the future of the platform looks like. Azar added that the traditional cyclicality has been reduced and large ecosystems across PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 provide recurring revenues. The future will also focus on continuing to drive a multi-generational ecosystem, providing new ways for players to access and engage with content. And this makes a lot of sense, especially when you look at the breakdown of users on the PlayStation 4 versus PlayStation 5. There's still 49 million people playing on the PlayStation 4s. It's not like the PlayStation 5 isn't selling like hotcakes. Just as of last week, they crossed 80 million total units. The gaming space has grown a lot.
Yeah, I remember last time it was around 50 million, and now it's at 80. Oh, shit. And you still got almost like 40 to 50 million people playing on PlayStation 4. That's insane though, right? Like, that's crazy. Real quick though, before we get down to like the Wolverine stuff, the GTA 6 and other stuff, right? I gotta shout out the homie James and Kathleen for becoming brand new members on the channel, and the homie Jean-Le Francois for the $10 super thanks. Thank you guys so much for all the love on the channel, for supporting the channel the way you actually do, man. Means a ton, man, and it helps the channel out greatly. Thank you, thank you. Let's get back to the content here. Boo boo, roll it.
A lot. There's a massive interest in the PlayStation ecosystem, and obviously Sony is interested on giving these players more and more ways to access their games, not just on PlayStation, but also other platforms like PC and even Xbox, although the extent of that, they certainly seem like they want to limit it. Now, Sony is talking about their future, but it's not just them, Xbox as well. And Xbox's hardware architect just the last week said that they were wrapping up on the Xbox Series X/S generation, and he said also that he was excited and inspired by what is ahead for them. And funny enough, all the way back in 2022, when Xbox was having their trial over the Activision Blizzard merger, they actually revealed when this next generation was probably going to be starting. And this was leaked through court documents that accidentally got out, but Microsoft expect the next generation Xbox and PlayStation 6 to arrive right around 2028. And Sony's lead architect, Mark Cerny, the lead designer of the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 4, PlayStation...
Truth be told, we heard about the next-gen Xbox coming out by the end of 2026, though. And PlayStation 6, 2027, 2028. Yeah, right, it could be... Yeah, PlayStation 6 is either coming out in 2 years from now, so by the end of 2027, or early 2028, or by the end of 2028. So either like 2-3 years from now. And we heard that the next gen Xbox is going to be coming out by the end of 2026 because they want a head start. Okay, perhaps that is not true anymore, but we did hear that prior. But now, okay, we're relying on 2027, 2028, or 2028 based off of that. Okay, I mean, so yeah, 3 more years. I would say, yeah, if it comes out in 2028, that would be much better than 2027. Right, just because of the fact that we don't even have that many games. Now, had it been that we've had like crazy amount of like amazing like you know, next gen feeling exclusives, not saying that Spider-Man 2 and God of War aren't like that good, they are decent games, but I mean, you know what I'm saying, like how God of War came out back on the PlayStation 4, the God of War 2018, the jump between God of War 3 and God of War Ascension to God of War 2018 that came out on PS4, night and day difference, right? Versus God of War 2018 to Ragnarok, not a night and day difference. I mean, God of War Ragnarok, graphically speaking, it's still good. Gameplay wise, it's still good. But that jump that we saw in 2018 God of War, that was balls deep, bro. That was balls deep. Pause. But you feel what I'm saying, right? And same for the Spider-Man game. But yeah, this time around, we didn't see that much of a difference. And games are still coming out on PlayStation 4. I mean, Black Ops 7 still on PlayStation 4, guys. Come on, man.
PlayStation 5 and soon the PlayStation 6 kind of let slip that this time frame is probably pretty accurate. 2027, 2028 is probably when we're going to be getting this next generation PlayStation 6. And he said, what I'm trying to do is prepare for the next generation of consoles. So my time frame is multi-year there. So this multi-year timeline, again, suggests to analysts that they may be correct with the 2027 or...
Yeah, it looks like that was more for PlayStation 6 than an Xbox. So we still might get Xbox next gen in 2026. That would be insane, man. I guess the reason for them is they want to drop it if that happens. You know, we're just having a discussion allegedly. Okay, just a rumor. Take it as a rumor, not as gospel. But yeah, if the rumor is true that the next Xbox is going to come out by the end of 2026, chances are probably because they want to put it out before the next PlayStation, so they have a chance to sell some units before PlayStation 6 comes out and steal their thunder, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
2028 forecast. Now, former PlayStation executive Shuhei Yoshida, who recently was the former head of PlayStation's indie division, revealed during an interview with Venture Beat that he feels 2028 feels right for potential PlayStation 6 release.
No, facts, absolutely, I agree with that. Yeah.
From PlayStation Universe rightfully brings up, if Sony's next generation console were to arrive at around the same time as the previous hardware cycle dictated, then it would actually ship probably 2027, something which Yoshida-san said feels a bit too early. However, he did make clear that he has no inside scoop on the PS6, but he did state if the next generation PlayStation comes out in 2028, that feels right to me. And we even got even more indication from an unannounced game that got canceled. This was some internal documents that was leaked to Insider Gaming, but the unannounced Blade Runner game was in development at Supermassive Games and it was canceled. Insider Gaming learned that Blade Runner Time to Live, it was supposed to be a full release and it was planned for September 2027 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, PC, and the interesting thing is they were gearing up for a launch for the Gen 10 Xbox and PlayStation systems, aka aka the PlayStation 6, and they're planning that in the fall of 2027. Just an interesting food for thought. Some of these development publishers have insight, and they also get some of the early dev kits and such, so maybe there was some indication from Sony that fall of 2027 is when the PlayStation 6 is coming. Right now that is up in the air, but we did get another insider, Kepler, earlier this year, who also he previously leaked specs for the PlayStation 5 Pro, but he said about the PlayStation 6 that it's already design complete and in pre-silicone validation.
Oh,
the first iteration of the console's chip, known as AO tape-out, is reportedly scheduled for later this year. If these claims hold true, the PlayStation 6 could be launched in late 2027. More indication.
That is crazy, right? Because if the console comes out in 2027, by the end of it, right, November, yeah, likely November, let's be real, because they want a little bit of gap between the holiday and Christmas break and the Boxing Day sales and Black Fridays and all that. So yeah, November likely, and we're what, September, October, November, so yeah, like 2 years, 2 months. And if this is true, right, the design coming out, yeah, we're gonna get more leaking out this year, by the end of this year, early next year, in the entirety of next year. And let's be objective here, right? In a year and a half from now, if PlayStation 6 is supposedly coming out by the end of 2027, yeah, man, like early 2027 or late 2026, we're probably gonna have the PlayStation 6 reveal event. Oh shit! So time is already flying so quick that if this is coming out, then we're gonna start to hear it officially in a year and a half from now. Or maybe even earlier.
2027 date, following Sony's typical 2-year gap from AO tape-out to console release. And if you look at the breakdown of years for PlayStation's, launches with their consoles, the PlayStation 1 came about in 1994, the PlayStation 2 in 2000, the PS3 in 2006, and PlayStation 4 in 2013, the PlayStation 5 in 2020.
Yeah, before it was 6 years and then 7-year gap, and maybe this time around it's going to be 7 years or 8 years. Now the time is, the time is perfect, right? As in, when you compare it with past consoles, but it just happens to be that this time around we don't have that many games. Plus we had the Rona, the pandemic, right? The pandemic. We had that, so and people are noticing time is flying really quick, and having lack of real next gen, or I should say current gen now, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X games. Yeah, it just don't feel like that we're ready for a new console. Suckers are still stuck on the PlayStation 4 because I guess people just don't want to upgrade that quick because there isn't that big of an incentive.
Money. So in the past it has been either 6 years or 7 years, but obviously with COVID and some of the circumstances that affected the gaming industry the last couple of years, some people have hoped for this to be extended a little bit further into the future, but it definitely sounds like we're going to be right around that 7, maybe 8 year mark for when the PlayStation 6 finally comes about. And even before then we'll probably start hearing stuff about this, maybe come sometime next year officially from Sony.
Yeah, it is insane how fast we're moving with time. I want to also get to like the Wolverine stuff and other stuff, but first of all, check this one out. This is hilarious, bro. Shout out to the homie Nero. Roll it.
Thinking that the update is lackluster because they're just, full steam ahead, all hands on deck for Black Ops 7. The update just kept making the game better and better. Treyarch just keeps making the game worse and worse. And you might be thinking that the update is lackluster because they're just, full steam ahead, all hands on deck for Black Ops 7. But we all know Activision, right? Activision is going to be Activision. They're not focused on making the game better, but rather they are focused on pumping up their pre-order numbers. Because today they revealed a new reactive camo for Black Ops 6 as a pre-order bonus for Black Ops 7. It's really just a slap in the face to the player base because Black Ops 6, I've lost track honestly, but how many camos have they added to the game post-launch? Is it more than 5? I think it's like 3 or 4 if I'm being entirely honest. And you compare that to what we had last year with Modern Warfare 3, Sledgehammer Games added in like 40 or 50 animated camos for fans to earn throughout the entire year, and then Treyarch's like, we're not really going to do that. We're going to save a couple of these camos for pre-order bonuses, however, because nobody wants to buy Black Ops 7. It's embarrassing, man. The funniest part is this pre-order bonus that you get for buying Black Ops 7 early, you can only use the camo in Black Ops 6 because they got rid of carry forward. Like, what are they actually doing here? I found this out while mindlessly scrolling on my phone, and I had to record it because the comments are so freaking funny. It's just players bashing Call of Duty and praising Battlefield.
Oh, you gotta love that one. The comment section, oi! Battlefield 6 gang, where are you at? Jarvis pre-order Battlefield 6. Yeah, and man got that Black Ops 3 PFP, man. Guys, I wish I could say psych right now, but man, Black Ops 3 Zombies was hands down the best. Black Ops 2 Zombies, Black Ops 1 Zombies, you know, we had that progression. I know some of you would say Black Ops 1 Zombies was the best, Black Ops 2. I mean, I'm not trying to debate that, because like even I love Black Ops 1 Zombies, Black Ops 2 Zombies, but for me Black Ops 3 Zombies was hands down the best. And yeah, no, I enjoyed all of them, right? Black Ops 4 Zombies, man, that was a real doozy, right? It could have been way better, but yeah, it started to go downhill after Black Ops 3 Zombies. And shit, man, Black Ops 3 might be the last good Call of Duty. What's your take on that? Or perhaps, yeah, I always said that Modern Warfare 19 is a good game, minus skill-based matchmaking and minus like bad map design for multiplayer. Yeah, right, because of the bad multiplayer maps, people were camping, suckers were all just nothing but camping, right? And you pair that up with skill-based matchmaking and with the audio and everything that Modern Warfare 19 had, bro, that was just cancer, bro. Like straight AIDS, bro. Like, come on, man.
And the funniest part is when you really think about it, right? We're talking about a paid advertisement. Activision paid to have this advertisement showing up on TikTok and shit, and all the comments are just hating on it, except for this one guy at the very bottom who got a like from the official Call of Duty account. So, ladies and gentlemen, Activision is out here blowing money, begging fans to just please, guys, please.
There we go, man. Yeah, there we go. Hubert says so beautiful. Thank you, Hubert. Thank you, man, for the positivity, you know, for your enthusiasm, for the love. You know, we definitely need some positivity, man, because there isn't that much positivity in the Call of Duty realm anymore. Crazy, guys. So beautiful. Ended up receiving 8 likes, 3 replies. I wonder what those replies are, right?
Pre-order Black Ops 7.
Well, at least this guy said, wow, how do I get that? Okay, so we got a Call of Duty boy right there.
They're paying for advertisements and everything.
We got a Call of Duty D-Rider.
Lampooned in the comments of those paid advertisements, and because they are liking the 2 or 3 comments that have positive things to say, you know there's some sad intern out there working for COD, some social media guy just reading through all the Battlefield comments and everything. It's delicious, man. It's freaking hilarious. But that is just the tip of the iceberg, because I have a number of other things I want to cover here.
Nah, man, I feel bad for the guy that's probably like going through all the comments trying to find like one good comment. That's sad, bro. You know, I feel bad for the guy because it's likely Activision just hiring, like he said, internship guy, right? Probably hired somebody, just paid the guy. They don't even care about it. Like the devs ain't reading anything, right? Because they gotta work on that. They gotta develop the game, right? They gotta still have those they still gotta work on them $20, $30 bundles, the Nicki Minaj's Bunda and all that, the BBC skins and all that, right? The Butthead and Beavis, the farting unicorn shit and all that trash. So they hired probably somebody to read the comments and making his job tough, bro. Yeah, he's really trying to find a diamond from all that bullshit, and that comment was that was the only one by the looks of it.
This video, so let's go ahead and do that next.
Yeah,
So when it comes to Black Ops 6, I wasn't even sure this was possible, but after playing a few matches of this game this afternoon, I am somehow now less excited for Black Ops 7. Like every time I think about this game, it just gets worse and worse. Note that little icon on the left-hand side of your screen. Freaking packet burst is back, man, and I don't think it ever left, but I did read somewhere that sometimes packet burst is caused by internet. Some people say it's like CPU bottlenecks if you're playing on PC, all sorts of nonsense. Like nobody seems to freaking know. And thanks to E-Rock on Tech, my PC is certainly not the problem. My internet is definitely not the problem either.
Okay, man, low-key, yeah, brother low-key flex, or no, high-key flexing. Okay, I didn't see that coming, Nero.
And this stuttered-filled nonsense is not fun to play whatsoever. Like, how do people enjoy playing this? And Packet Burst has been plaguing COD for years, and it's only COD. Have you guys noticed that? Like, X-Defiant, when that was out, it was fine. I think I got Packet Burst one time ever in that game, and it was for like 10 seconds, and it was like completely done, right?
Yeah, it's crazy to me that the homie Nero and the homie Blame Truth actually loved X-Defiant. And they shut that game down. Let's be real, okay? If X-Defiant was published by another publisher, that game would have been much better, right? It probably wouldn't have been shut down. It ended up, bro, like the Ubisoft kiss of death is real. You know, it is real. if it was developed by another company or publisher, X-Defined would have been much better, man. It just happens to be that Ubisoft, bruh, like, they just kill everything. Shout out to the homie TCMF. Let's actually find out about what's going on. Roll it.
Getting into the final story of the video, the next major event from PlayStation. Potentially major event. So this is very exciting stuff.
I mean, it's been how many years since we had a so-called major event? I lost count, man. I believe like 2020 or 2021 or 2022 was the last big PlayStation showcase that was actually decent. I believe we ended up getting the reveal of God of War, Wolverine, and some other games, right? But that was it. I believe Spider-Man 2 was there too. I could be mixing that up with another event perhaps. But nah, the last PlayStation showcase that was a big one around like 2020, 2021 was actually pretty good. After that, we got nothing but trash, straight trash from PlayStation, Xbox, and in general, right? Like all the summer game fests have sucked ass. There only have been like a 1 or 2 game that would have been decent, but rest of it, bro, like just snoozer, bro.
Because it seems like we're finally about to get another 2021 level showcase, potentially. I want to read what Insider Gaming reported on, but there was also something else I don't think many mentioned, and we'll talk about that right after. It's something small, but it's something I'll add right after the Insider Gaming stuff. So, reading from Insider Gaming sources have revealed that...
I mean, sometimes you gotta experience the small before you can experience the big. Pause.
Insomniac Games' Wolverine is ready to be shown off for the first time officially since the 2021 PlayStation Showcase. According to sources who wish to remain anonymous as they couldn't talk about company plans, PlayStation is currently planning its next State of Play event towards the end of September. Other sources revealed that Insomniac Games' Wolverine is almost certainly going to be at the event as the production of its next trailer has been completed. If the game doesn't appear at the State of Play, then the trailer will undoubtedly be revealed in the next few months, with the Game Awards being the next likely candidate. Insomniac Games' Wolverine faced some issues in development following a ransomware attack in December 2023.
So yeah, if it doesn't happen by the end of September, then it's gonna be October. If not, then by November. And if it's not, then it's gonna be Game Awards in December, guys. Yeah, bro, like, talk about those leaks again, man. But nah, PlayStation event overdue, bro. Like, it needs to happen. It gotta happen. Gaming is literally dying. I guess not necessarily dying, but it depends on how you view it, right? Now, if you're somebody that's enjoying a game or two, then that's it, right? Like, you're playing those games and that's it. But I'm talking as like an industry, right? Like overall industry, all right? Yeah, like even I enjoyed Battlefield 6, right? I'm gonna be getting Battlefield 6. The GTA 6 is something that I'm looking forward to, but that's it for me, bro. Like, that's it. If Wolverine is good, God of War, the next God of War game is good, yeah, I'm a massive fan of God of War, so yeah, I'll get those, but that's about it, right? For now. Back in the days, you had dozens of amazing games that, yeah, I always ran into issues or ran into problems with, okay, I gotta save that much money to buy this game, that game. I mean, because there were so many games. Nowadays, bro, like, some years I don't even buy anything, bro. Some years I don't even buy any game, bro. Like, damn, bro. Or it might be just like 1 game or 2 games a year, that's it. Versus as a kid, I remember getting like 5 games on a Boxing Day, bro. Yeah, I remember doing, because I saved all year long and ended up just blowing all my cash on 5 games. I believe that's when Need for Speed Hot Pursuit came out. We also had Medal of Honor. Nah, that was after that. Yeah, okay, I don't remember all the games I bought, but I remember there was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. So that year, I don't remember when that game first came out, but I remember like it was winter, Boxing Day. Appreciate you subscribing, brother. Welcome on in. But yeah, and going from buying dozen games a year to sometimes not even buying anything, man.
During which employee information and a substantial amount of game footage leaked online, the hack resulted in some changes to the game's plans, but the extent of these changes is currently unknown. As for what else the next State of Play event could feature remains to be seen, but it's likely to feature Bungie's upcoming marathon, a new Metroidvania God of War, Insider Gaming has it on good authority, a mainline title is also in the works, Phantom Blade, Zero, and possibly even Naughty Dog's Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. So there are 3 things I want to focus
on. Oh, I cannot wait to see Intergalactic. The last time they showed the drama was insane, bro.
On here based off of the information that we have. First thing is the Wolverine trailer production is complete, so this trailer is coming sometime soon based off this information. Of course, if it's accurate, which I assume it is since it's Tom Henderson, whether that's at the State of Play / showcase or somewhere else, it's coming soon. So Wolverine is most likely a 2026 title unless Insomniac surprises us and Venom launches in 2026 and they reveal Wolverine is a 2027 title. Second thing is the changes to the game. Insider Gaming states that leaks had resulted in changes to the game's plans. Not sure if that's in reference to release time frame or or they change certain aspects of the game itself. I personally think the leaks had impacts on the game itself, in that it would be surprising if the developers did not take the insane amount of feedback people have been giving for the last nearly 2 years and use that to change up the game for the better, hopefully. They have people, of course, giving feedback on comment sections across the internet. A lot of that is nonsense about people not realizing this is not the final build. Some people think this is just gameplay Insomniac released and said, whatever, leave all these bugs, I guess.
Okay, I get it. Up next is God of War, bro. I get it. Okay, I get it.
This part looks like Insider Gaming is... Marathon was revealed and had play
Okay, let's get to God of War, man.
God of War, to see him mention something to get people excited. The God of War game has been rumored by both Tom Henderson and Jeff Grubb. Jeff originally thought this game was going to drop this year, but he's pushed that into 2026, so this could show up here.
Yeah, we heard about remasters of 1, 2, and 3, right?
As well. It's also nice to see him mention that the next mainline God of War is in the works, which we've been able to tell for the last 2 years pretty much based off job listings. But if he has a Connect, we could start seeing some interesting stuff from him on that in the future, I would hope. Phantom Blade Zero being here makes sense. It was revealed at a PlayStation event and they haven't...
Yeah, no, I'm actually looking forward to it. I really hope we get the next God of War is actually set right after God of War 3. Because like God of War 3 was such a good one. I feel like that was that was the best one in my honest opinion, right? I still like Ragnarok, I still like 2018. I like all the games, but God of War 3 gotta be the best, man. It gotta be. It's my favorite, right? But if we get a God of War game set right after that, that would actually be pretty insane. And God of War 1, 2, and 3, not necessarily 3, but God of War 1, 2 absolutely deserve to see a remaster, because God of War 3 was already remastered and it still does hold up to this day, bro. But God of War 1 and 2 and Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta, the PSP ones, yeah, I think they need a remaster for the PS5, right? But at that point, remaster God of War 3 as well, right? Let's be real. But did you see this video though? If not, check it out, because the stuff that she was caught doing, crazy, man. Check it out and I'll see you right there.